Hi, Nick Tuckert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. I want to talk about a subject tonight. I want to talk about something that is a negative force, and it has been my foil for the entire existence. I've been working towards improving other people's art. The subject I want to talk about is gatekeeping. To people who aren't sure, gatekeeping is any set of actions or attitudes, sometimes it's rule sets that are set up to make sure only certain types of people are allowed in a given activity. This can be you know, gaming, the comic book industry. It's coming up all over the place. And we're going to talk about it where it hits me the most, and that's obviously Western martial arts. Now, when I first started, I was learning from a group. It was a branch, tangentially, of the Society for Creative Anachronism. It was at a campus, and my instructor, whose name you may notice I don't choose to use out of a mix of respect for what I learned from him and fear of legal ramifications, because a lot of what happened is a matter of he said, she said. But in that group, I started training with him, and I learned a vast quantity. I will be fair, I will be honest, I put it on the table, I learned a lot from him. And I put a lot of hours in to get where I was. And very soon I noticed a pattern. And what it was he had students he thought would be going places. Students with obvious innate physical talent. And he would glean them off to the side, and at points, my job was to work with the rest. And I started training them, and some of them became very, very, very good, even though they may not have stayed in that organization. And this actually caused trouble. But, he liked my talents and stuff. And I will never forget, he came to me one day, he said, Nick, and he called me by my SCA name, but I don't like to even bring that up because I'm not that person. He said, Nick, I can help you. I can make you a cadet. I can pave your way and give you all the glory you would want. I just need you to do something. I need you to get rid of that supersized fighter chick you're dating. His exact words, that supersized fighter chick you're dating. Over 20 years ago, I can still hear it. Just the shock. And that's my fiance. That's my wife now of many, many years. And I said, no. And he told me I would rue the day that I thwarted him. And, to be honest, to an extent I have, because that's an adversarial relationship up that digressed. It devolved and got worse over the years to the point where it is whatever it is. But prior to that, I watched him select people he didn't think were worthy. They were overweight, occasionally female. You don't see a lot of people, of color. And I'm not saying that those were deciding factors. I'm saying that was stuff I saw. And I've dedicated myself to trying to put my art, my spin, my distillation of it down to a means that's available to everybody, regardless of race, color, creed, etc. And I have at every turn been been confronted. I've been opposed in this my entire life. I still get messages. Why are you working with women? I remember years ago, I had marshals telling me, you can't train that person. He's too big. He's too dangerous. He's a heavy fighter, very large, very muscular man. You can't show him how to fence. I'm like, he already knows how to sword fight. I'm just giving him somebody who can adapt his style to these rules. That's what we did. And to this day, he's an incredibly effective fencer, well into his 60s. And I won't say he was a student because I didn't teach him how to fight. I did show him my approach to it, and we traded off. That's what it should be. And that's sort of, that relationship formed the basis of what I do. Because that's what it should be. So what I do is I teach based off of the simple sword. The simple sword is my Rosetta Stone. I ask people from diverse backgrounds, go through this. You'll find most of this overlaps a lot of what you do. Some of it you'll disagree with, and that's fine. In fact, I encourage that because then we can discuss it. And if it ever needs to be changed, if later edition can go, you know what, this doesn't work as well as I thought, we can do that. I've yet to have that, but for different people. And I occasionally, even because of this channel, I get messages. Why, dude, why are you teaching women? Why? Was that a black dude? And we have to. I'm talking to everyone in the Western martial arts area. We have to stop this. I've had people go, well, these guys are coming in and they're not built like everybody else, but they're still winning. They haven't earned it. New people are beating us. And I've had this happen. And here's the thing, if new people can beat you, either your technique is wrong, your physicality is wrong. So what you're doing, what you have to do it with, or perhaps you're having some kind of equipment failure. I got to give that out because I'm the guy who fenced for years and years and years with a 34-inch rapier in a world of 43s. And being as short and short-armed as I am, and there's PSA floating around if you look on just how short-armed I really am. My reach is not that impressive. You'll find, if people are beating you, if new people are beating you, you have to step up your game. They haven't done anything wrong. And what I did is I brought my stuff out, and I started teaching it to everybody. And I'm gonna. Now, I'm coming through some pretty hefty health issues. I've come out of them, and I'm hoping to finally start moving forward. But I've always been sort of on a timer. I'm on a timer. I don't have the delusion that I'll be a young man forever. I'm not a young man anymore. I'm simply a man. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do have certain physical disabilities that are starting to catch up with me. I'm not as fast. I've accumulated some injury. But I should still be able to fight. And people like me who want to train should be able to fight and learn a system that works for them. And I'm going to keep doing it. And if me giving people a basic martial education, because I don't claim to be one of these, I will teach you the secret sage arts of the hard to pronounce guys lost in this. And I'm saying this is a way to get started. A way. And the gap between people who get started and the people who are started is so huge and so vital. You do that, and then I will help point you toward mastery. That is valid. This is why I'm not in a lot of organizations. I would love to be in a group like ARMA, but ARMA says expressly you can't teach or use the materials you have in it outside the group. I'm not in the SCA anymore for, aside from some pretty hefty personal and political reasons, the same thing. I should be able to work with anyone in any organization who wants my skills. That's why my manual's out there. That's why I try to put everything I can into these videos. And if you are a woman, if you are physically limited, I won't say injured, because if you're injured, you need to heal and do what it takes to heal. But if you're somebody who's been told they can't, I helped a legally blind guy learn to fence. He was effective. Not gonna say great, but he was effective. The gentleman after the first guy, a former student of his, very talented man named Dennis Yakis, who, though I have personal issues with, I mean, we had debates over the years. It happens. I still tremendously respect both what he did and being able to fight given his limitations, and what he imparted me on that. Very much there's no excuse. And I will always respect him for that, regardless of anything else. But I want you out there to understand, our art grows best on as broad a field as possible. And as long as you can grip a sword, if I have to tie it to you, and I know this because I've been losing grip and I've considered how to tie a sword to my hand because of the damage. I mean, I've been sword fighting for 20 plus years. And when I was 19, I broke my wrist and it tore all the fascia. The only thing that holds my wrist together largely is this brace. I've got bone spurs and crud. I don't know how long this arm will hold doing this. But I'm still out there every week doing it because it's important. If you're in this or anything else and you love it, if you love art, if you love gaming, if you love comic books, if you love whatever, and you feel people are squeezing other people out because of totally unrelated traits, gender or orientation or any of that, that's rubbish. I'm so mad I've actually transcended the anger it takes to swear discussing this topic. And there are some people who directly messaged me about working with overweight people, including myself, working with others. No, I'm not turning anybody into Superman. Never claimed I was. But what I am doing is helping people get out and try to be better. And I'm going to keep doing it. And when I'm too gimpy to do it, and I'm calling myself that to steal that word back from other people. Okay, when I use that, I say I'm too gimpy. I am taking that back from people who've tried to use it as a club on me. When I'm too gimpy to do that, I will be hobbling there on my cane going, okay guys, raise your guard a little bit, keep your guard up, move your feet. Because my brain still knows how to do it, even if my body won't let me. And if I get into the wheelchair, I'll still be doing that. If I'm rolling around like Stephen Hawkins because something else has gone wrong and I can barely move, as long as I can process information and find some way to expel it, even if it's letter by letter, I'm going to be encouraging people to try. Because you should never have to watch a movie about sword fighting, never read a book about sword fighting, never play a game about sword fighting. Think to yourself, man, I'd love to do it, but I can't. You can. And anybody who says you can't is wrong, including you. I won't allow it. I won't stand for it. If this offends anybody, that is okay. I have offended people before. I will offend people again. Now, I know this video went long and it got kind of ranty, but a gentleman I encountered recently runs a publishing group, And it, the name of it, I think, is Rising Tide Publishing, because a rising tide lifts all boats. And that phrase is one of those things that sticks in my mind. Be part of a rising tide. Help each other, help yourselves, help me. All of us work together. We can make fencing better. We can make swordplay better. We can make each other better by sharing a philosophy of intelligent understanding. I may not agree with you on all things, but I should be able to, whenever possible, respect your opinion. We should be civil. And those of us who have knowledge on this matter, regardless of specific discipline, should be able to communicate. And that's what the Fencing Guild was established. It was formed to be a branch at the time from the SCA, so that amp guard types, so that sport fencers, so that history swordsmen and women, so that Eastern martial artists could all come together, pick up large objects and go, hey, can we make this better? Pardon me. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Now, I know we've slacked a bit. Like I said, I'm coming off some major health issues, a huge move, and a few other things that I don't really talk about much because I don't think I should leverage my private life for sympathy or popularity. I don't think that's right. That's not what this channel is about. But what it is about is helping you, helping the guildies, and hopefully helping people later. Like if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I know my book will still help people learn defense. I know this channel will, as long as it's up, will still help people learn to make a sword gun. And I think that's important. I think building the confidence that's been stolen or you never had, the physical strength, building what you have is that important. So I'm running out of space on my phone because of a problem, and I've been ranting entirely too long. If you like what I do, if you like what we do, consider becoming a patron. I could use the help. We could use the help. We've been doing this on a shoestring budget for a long time. I am eternally thankful of my patrons. You are the best people in the world. I am eternally grateful to the guildies. You are the best people in the world. And even the ones who don't donate financially, whatever, they donate time, they donate effort, and nobody can talk down on that. And most of them bring food. So, thank you. I got another video about stuff coming up, but until that time, support your local swordmaster.